5 times in 7 years, these two clubs have been paired together in major cup competitions, and in their last 2 FA Cup meetings, it's been Sheffield Wednesday who've come out on top. Well, tonight, a capacity crowd of 23,000 paying record gate receipts here at the baseball ground. Wait to see if Derby can make it 3rd time lucky. But more important, perhaps, football hopes that all the fans, 15,000 seated, 8,000 standing, 2,500 from Sheffield, will be on their best behaviour. Now the team news. Well, Derby welcome back Mark Pembridge and Martin Cool after suspension. They're still without Darren Wassell and Ted McMinn, who are injured. Number 5, Craig Short, is their lucky mascot in the cup. He's scored in every round. And as a team, Derby have scored a total of 90 goals in 48 League and Cup games this season. Sheffield Wednesday, meantime, have scored 80 in 44 games. They have Viv Anderson at centre-half and captain, with Pearson and Shirtliff both injured. Danny Wilson is back in midfield. Warhurst and Bright continue up front. With David Hurst's injury having cleared up, he could be in contention for Sunday's Coca-Cola Cup semi-final against Blackburn Rovers. And the referee tonight is Gerald Ashby of Worcester. And one man savouring the atmosphere tonight, Trevor Brooking.
Well, it's a tight little ground, and although you said 23,000, it sounds like double that. 2 good footballing sides, full of goals. We should be in for good end-to-end stuff, I would imagine.
Sheffield Wednesday playing from left to right in the yellow and black stripes. Here's Chris Waddle. And that's Warhurst. Number 3 there was Forsyth for Derby. Long kick by Martin Taylor, headed on there by Gabbiadini for Kitson, and Gabbiadini's got it back, taking on Nigel Worthington. And he got it into Kitson, and away by Nilsson, and back in by Gabbiadini.
Terrific work by Gabbiadini. Pushed the ball past Palmer and then tackled Worthington and got the cross in, and in the end it was a good clearance at the far post by right back Nilsson.
That's Mark Bright, and a free kick given, foul by Forsyth. Forsyth's playing in centre defence because of the injury to Wassell and the suspension of Simon Coleman, so Bright is the player who he's marking at the moment, while Warhurst gets picked up by Short. And there's Bright with the flick on, and it was John Harkes, the American, who came in for the volley. Have you seen much of him, Trevor?
Well, he's a very versatile player. I mean, strangely enough here, he's playing on left side of midfield, although that enabled him to hit that shot with the right foot, but he can play full-back at any of the midfield positions, and of course is one to watch for the World Cup in '94.
It's Gabbiadini challenging Anderson here. This is Tommy Johnson. He's away by Sheridan. Now, back again by Nicholson. And I didn't like the push by Paul Williams. He sent a Sheffield player, Nilsson it was, right into the boards there, and the Sheffield players, in my view, overreacting. That won't help to calm it down. Only the referee can do that. It's certainly a little shove, but I don't think Williams intended that Nilsson should turn into a gymnast. It's the Rams against the Owls in the 6th round of the FA Cup, and that's a foul by Kitson on Harkes. Up goes Bright. This is Warhurst. It's going to come to Chris Waddle. Warhurst again. Oh, and a penalty! Bright who was fouled, and 2 Derby defenders went towards him. Bright went down, and the referee, Gerald Ashby, pointed straight to the spot. Short is one defender, And Patterson was the other one, number 2, Trevor.
Yes, Paul Warhurst dummied to leave it. Went through then to Mark Bright.
It's going to be Sheridan with the kick. Scores right up in the corner, although, to be fair to Martin Taylor, he went the right way. And Sheffield Wednesday have the lead here in the 6th round. Number 11, John Sheridan, plants it away from a very good dive.
Well, he just got a fingertip, didn't he? Be frustrated for the goalkeeper because it was a nice height and just having got close to it, but sufficient power to end up in the back of the net. Going back to the penalty decision, though, that...
It's Gabbiadini, but the flag's up. Yes, by all means, go back to it.
Yeah, the penalty decision, I mean, Warhurst let it run. It went through to Bright, and I thought Patterson then tried to make contact and actually was withdrawing his leg when Mark Bright then went over. And, you know, be interesting, as you can see it going through here. The leg then just goes out. He pulls away, and then Mark Bright goes down, looking as if actually he did capitalise on the situation.
There were words exchanged between the two players when the decision was given. There's no question about that. Well, the free kick's gone Derby's way. Viv Anderson tried to delay it being taken. It was given for a foul by Anderson on Gabbiadini. And as the Derby players tried to get the ball away quickly, Anderson stood there, and he's going to be booked for it.
Yeah, he put his foot up to stop the quick free kick. I must say, I thought the referee might have played advantage, because you can see Johnson here's got 1 against 1, but he picked the ball up, thrown it, then to try and get it back, and Viv Anderson's put his foot in, and the referee's booked him.
So it's a free kick to Derby, and they'll be wanting to make something of this, because up to now Woods has been virtually untroubled. This is cool, and now it's Nicholson who's got a good left foot. Oh, it's in! Nicholson has hit the bar, and it went in on Chris Woods. Shane Nicholson has sent the baseball ground into ecstasy here, and the England goalkeeper, I suppose technically, put it in the net himself. Nicholson, once at Lincoln, has a very good left foot, and he used it here to drive that shot against the bar. Now look what happens. I suppose we have to call that an own goal.
Terrific strike, wasn't it, though? Was dipping just under the crossbar, then caught the back of Chris Woods' heel. Very unlucky, although Paul Kitson was following up and I think would have side-footed home anyway.
Bright, Warhurst, 2 to his left, one of them is Sheridan here, and Sheridan tries from the edge of the area, but it was a good move. Warhurst to Sheridan. I think it was the tackle he didn't like. Oh, Pembridge, I think, may have made contact with him. Oh, it's a lovely turn by Bright. He threw for side completely. And he's got Warhurst in the centre, and Harks coming up as well. And Warhurst doesn't quite make contact. If it had run on to Harks, there would have been an open goal. And Derby had a real escape there. Good piece of play by Mark Bright. Johnson. Oh, and now Palmer gets mixed up with Anderson. And here's Johnson away from Worthington, not quite. And Woods has to go and look for it himself.
It looked as if Worthington had been caught in two minds, decided to let it run. He did very well to get back and block Johnson's shot. But
Wednesday are trying to compress it in there. This is Paul Williams. Now it's longer, that's what they wanted over there. Johnson. Good challenge, Roland Nielsen. Waddle. And they've made the run. Ooh, when he was onside too, Warhurst. Harks. Gabbiadini blocks from Palmer. Waddle, Warhurst going through the middle, and this is Warhurst for Wednesday, and it's 2-1, and the goal taken by Warhurst, this converted centre-back who's been one of the sensations of the season, but made by Chris Waddle. It was so quick, if you blinked you'd have missed the pass, and frankly the Derby defence did. Warhurst scores yet again, but the ball played by Chris Waddle is so instant, he's split them in half. He's onside, Martin Taylor stands up, but Warhurst tucks it past him for his 15th goal of the season.
It was so simple, wasn't it? Beautifully weighted pass by Chris Waddle, and Warhurst, his pace took him away from the defence and slotted it home.
37 minutes gone in the FA Cup 6th round. Derby County 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2, and the Warhurst story goes on. Here is Bright. There goes Harks. And Derby County will be probably quite relieved to hear the half-time whistle. This FA Cup tie, Sheridan gave Sheffield Wednesday the lead from a penalty. It's going the way of the Premier League. Nicholson's shot thundering back off the bar, off Woods and in for the equaliser. And then the Premier League side regaining the ascendancy with a goal by Paul Warhurst. Well, I understand there's one gentleman in Inverness who's got something like £54,000 riding on this result. Had a 10-match accumulator and forecast 9 correct up to now, and he wants Sheffield Wednesday to win. He could be in for a fairly tense time if Derby do the business in the second half. There goes Warhurst with Short, and that wasn't very convincing by the Derby centre-half. He's all over Warhurst at the moment. Play on with the advantage. Harks. Square of him is Danny Wilson for the shot. Just ran into 2 Derby players. Harks again, offside, Bright. Long time since either of these 2 clubs won the FA Cup. Derby, their only success the first year after the war, 1946. Sheffield Wednesday, you need to go back to 1935. Didn't seem to get that one through. He might now. It's Gabbiadini. Pembridge. Williams. Well, it's a good effort and a good save, but there was a man to Williams' left who wondered why he didn't get the ball. Easy from here because Williams knew the shot was on. It was Tommy Johnson, actually, who was just outside him here.
His shapes to play it, and I think just try to catch Chris Woods wrong-footed. He just did lose his feet, didn't he, as he pushed off Woods.
And Warhurst again shows great speed and puts a lot of strain on Short. Kitson. Gabbiadini. Kitson goes again. Palmer. Very solid in defence so far, the Premier League side. Short goes forward, perhaps to try and unsettle them. Patterson. Owen Williams got ahead of Woods, and Palmer has to concede the corner. The England goalkeeper not comfortable there.
Well, it could have dropped anywhere. You see this long cross as it comes out. Chris Woods goes to catch it, misses it. Unfortunately for Sheffield Wednesday, it's Palmer who heads it away. Sheffield were able to play it in a controlled, composed manner in the first half. Now they're being hurried, giving it away themselves, and Derby County, I'm sure the players feel very much in this game, and Roy McFarlane and Arthur Cox must be delighted with the improvement in the second half.
Kitson. Oh, it's Gabbiadini. He's got away from Palmer. Oh, what a good finish. It's 2-2, and Gabbiadini scores a brilliant goal. The home fans celebrate, and Derby equalise for the second time. Marco Gabbiadini, and it's the first time Carlton Palmer's been bypassed, and how he was punished.
Magnificent finish, just got the knock on. Very strong, wasn't he? He held off the challenge, rocketed into the back of the net, and he's been Derby's best attacker, and I think Gabbiadini's deserved the goal. 20
minutes to go in this 6th round tie, and absolute delight for Gabbiadini and Derby. They've fought an uphill task for long periods in this game, but they've never given in, and now for the second time they've said to Sheffield Wednesday, you've got it all to do again. Well, what a knife edge it's balanced on now. Almost for the first time in the match, you really feel Arthur Cox's team are in charge. Anderson, Hyde. Waddle takes over again. Kitson intercepts the pass. Oh, Derby have got a spare man, but the pass wasn't going to find him. It's end-to-end now. Anderson. Bright, Hyde. Wilson. Waddle. Williams. And look where Waddle was chasing back. He's really got stuck into this cup tie, Chris Waddle. Forward by Cool. And Gabbiadini, Johnson, Pembridge is following up here. Oh, it's Pembridge. And he's got Nicholson outside him. Nicholson's cross. Kitson! Yes! Derby are in front. Kitson the scorer. And after twice being behind, they lead 3-2. And the lad on the left, Nicholson, whose free kick brought the first goal, supplied the cross for this one. It's Pembridge outside, but Shane Nicholson, that's a lovely measured cross with his left foot, and Kitson sends it in.
Well, that was the best move of the evening for Derby. I mean, a lot of subtlety there. First Pembridge, then Nicholson, a lovely hanging cross, and Kitson from 6 yards gave Woods no chance.
13 minutes left. 3-2 to Derby, having been 1-0 down and 2-1 down. There's Bright, here's Warhurst with Short. Oh, and Short's missed it! And Warhurst should have scored perhaps, but what a good bit of goalkeeping. I think the flag may have been up. Or was it an elbow, Trevor?
I think the referee signalling that he felt Warhurst nudged Craig Short as they were going for it. I mean, it's the pace of Warhurst which always causes problems. I'm not too sure that that was a foul, and credit to Taylor, but in fact the referee had pulled it back. But on this occasion, I must say, I thought it was Warhurst. He doesn't look pull him. I think it was just he lost his balance. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper saved him, but the referee would have done anyway.
Now, a second substitution by a somewhat desperate Sheffield Wednesday. They've got to get Jensen on. And John Harkes is being sacrificed.
Well, John Harkes has done nothing wrong. He's more of a competitive left-sided midfielder, and of course the extra striker is needed. Jensen comes on, and you know, I wouldn't rule out a goal, and I wouldn't like to say which end it will come though, because Sheffield Wednesday will push in extra men forward, and Derby will be looking for that counter-attack.
This is Jensen. And it's going to come back on them yet again with Anderson. Hyde. But Williams got a foot in. Now it's Palmer for Wednesday. Thundering through himself. Wide to Jensen. Palmer's up there in the penalty area. And Warhurst caught Patterson and went out for a corner. Up comes Anderson from the back. Short to Waddle. Now, if Derby played this right, the break is on. It's Kitson with two to his left, and he was looking, I think, to try and get Tommy Johnson in, but he hadn't made the ground up on the far side, and it was a shorter ball that Pembridge couldn't reach. Instead, it's Jensen. Hyde. It's a great position for Derby that went begging there. Waddle instead for Wednesday. Looks for Jensen. Oh, Warhurst! And it's 3-3. And Warhurst gets his second, and Derby hang their heads. And really, they threw that away by not making the most of an opportunity at the other end that would have possibly given them a chance for 4-2. And you can't take liberties with the Premier League teams like this. Jensen crosses, pulled back beautifully. Warhurst and a short finish.
Terrific finish, but what a pass by Chris Waddle. Destroyed the Derby defence. Superb.
3 each. And now we're back level again with what, 5 minutes to go. Now here's Waddle again. He's had an outstanding night again. And he's taken them on again, Waddle. That was a bit of a fall, I think. He didn't think so. Look at that. Well, the linesman was very close, and neither he nor the referee reacted. Am I doing Waddle an injustice here?
It gets tugged back outside the area, and then a second one, and I think it was the way Chris Waddle went down, convinced the referee that it wasn't too much, but he was getting a little tug back.
Warhurst is waiting there with Bright as Worthington takes this kick. And it's a replay on Wednesday week at Hillsborough. 2 goals by Warhurst for Sheffield Wednesday. in a match which went first one way, then the other, then back again. And generous applause. Both teams at stages in the evening had their chances to get through to the semi-final. Kitson put Derby ahead at 3-2 on 74 minutes, but Warhurst equalised with 6 minutes to go. And Sheffield Wednesday, who were twice in the lead themselves, now have home advantage in 9 days' time. If there's been a better cup tie than that this season, I don't think I was there.
Well, I thought when we went 2-1 up, I thought we were in control. Half-time, we were quite comfortable. But the way they came out in the second half, Derby, it was only a matter of time before they scored. We did our best to try and stop them from breaking through, but they just kept coming and coming. The equaliser came, and when they went in front, I knew I had to do something pretty quickly. And I think that Nigel Jempson's contribution shouldn't be overlooked, because I felt that he changed the game.
I felt that maybe we were a little bit overawed by what was going on, and they'd completely dominated the first half, didn't they? We just didn't have the necessary know-how in terms of experience and matches, and we didn't have sufficient scars and experience of seeing those kind of circumstances when, come on boys, we've got our hands on it, this is it, we ain't going to let go of this. And obviously, unfortunately, they've got back in it, and it's 3 apiece now. We've got to do it the hard way, haven't we?
I'm sure it was a great game to watch on TV, for the supporters as well in the stadium. It wasn't that good to play in, but it was, it was the right result.
You can't stop scoring goals, it seems.
No, I've not scored the last 2 games. Hopefully this has made up for it tonight.